Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to The Bottom Line. I'm Lissa.
I'm Jim.
And we're your hosts to talk about stuff.
Yeah.
We're a married couple, and we basically spend 20 minutes talking about stuff. And that's what we're doing here today. Our topic today is, especially with the holidays coming up, we've got Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up. Should you make your children hug and kiss your relatives?
Oh, this is a good one.
I know when I grew up as a child,
Right.
I'm 62. I had a birthday on Tuesday. Yay, whatever.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you.
Da, 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 da.
You belong in us.
You look like a monkey and you smell like one too. Okay, don't do that. That gets me off topic.
Yes.
I was basically passed around for hugs and kisses, and my male, I'm talking like big uncles, you know, I mean, I was little, but big uncles would pick me up and put me on their lap.
Big stinky uncles.
Yeah, and they would hold me a little too close, and there was this innuendo. I was too young to get it, but when I grew up and started listening in my memories, it was innuendo.
Are you saying there's something unwholesome about it?
Yes,
There
it was really creepy, and as I got a little older and started developing, there would be groping.
Oh, no.
I mean, real groping. And they all said they didn't mean to, that my boob got in their way.
Well, of course.
My boob got in
Yeah.
their way, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It got in the way of my hand.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, but those are my memories. Or like, you know, Uncle Larry who never brushed his teeth, or
Beer breath.
or Chew.
Oh.
God, Chew.
Yeah.
And they're holding your little face right up to their mouth, and they're saying, "Oh, you look so cute! Haven't you grown so much?" And you're getting just sprayed with the nicotine juice and
we
the
have a
God,
little more of that there Copenhagen.
it was just
Just a
disgusting.
pinch between your teeth and your
God,
gums.
it was disgusting.
And all over Junior.
But this was the way most people were raised.
That was normal.
When Jim and I were kids.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I mean, it probably wasn't as creepy as it was for you.
No, with girls it's usually creepier.
But with boys, I can tell you it was an annoyance, more than a minor annoyance.
Mm-hmm. And you had big ears, so they probably pulled on your ears a lot.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they pulled on my cheeks. Yeah.
I mean, I had those aunts, and not so much my grandmother. She was like me. She kind of wanted to be left alone.
Good.
But I had these aunts and these girl cousins, and they were all about kissing all over each other and
Yes,
all over me
yeah.
and all over everything. Well, you know, we'll get into this in more detail in the second half about why they did it.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact is that I'm not convinced that it's really healthy for the kid to do that.
No, go ahead. Why did they do it?
Well,
I'm curious.
Well, what I'm saying is some people will make the case that a kid has to learn to be socially open.
Oh, that's a
That
good
you
point.
don't want a kid who's going to be not going to touch
Shy
anybody.
and reserved and
which I was.
Right.
And, of course, my parents had a very schizophrenic view of shyness. They thought it was great. They thought it was a virtue.
Yeah.
Yet at the same time, they wanted me to be more open, especially with the relatives.
Yeah.
It was very confusing.
Actually, kind of like my family too. But
Yeah.
that's the thing, though, is of course you were shy because they were coming at you from all sides. I mean, you were
Right.
scared.
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me at all that you were scared. These people were
Yeah.
coming at you and they wanted to kiss you and they wanted to hug you. It was like, oh my God, just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Ah!
I just wish they could have backed off a bit.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
So anyway, the question, how far are we?
We're fine. We're only 3 minutes along.
Oh, wow.
We're 3
That's
minutes
it, 3
along.
minutes? God, it felt so much longer than that.
I'm not sure what to make of that or not.
But anyway, so yeah, the question is kind of, do we want to make our children hug and kiss? Well, let me tell you a story.
Yeah.
I have a niece, and she has two beautiful boys.
Yeah, they're
and
great people.
They are wonderful people.
Our
Yeah, they
niece
are.
and our nephew-in-law, I guess we call them.
Yeah.
They're good people.
Right. Well, you have a niece and a nephew-in-law, too, and they have three beautiful children.
That's right. I do.
Yeah, so we got them on both sides.
Yeah.
So anyway, Tiana is my niece's name, and her son's name is Adric, which is really an interesting
I love
name.
that name.
I think he was 7 maybe. She came out to Bismarck to visit because this is where she was raised. And I met them at Barnes & Noble.
Right.
And I was a smoker then. I'm not anymore, but I was then. And I came in and I met Adric, and Tiana said, "Give your Aunt Lissa a hug." And this conversation that we're having now was introduced and has been going on for years now, for about 10 years. And I said, and he got right over to his mother, and he clung to his mother like he was terrified. And I said, Tiana, I don't want to make him give me a hug if he isn't comfortable with that. And I said, can I suggest something else? Can I suggest a handshake?
Yeah.
Adric, will you shake my hand?
Mm-hmm.
And he did. He shook my hand, and I said, "Very nice to meet you, young man." And it was really nice. And the reason why I did that is because I've been reading up on this, and I've been kind of thinking about it a lot over the last 10 years and how I felt growing up. Children, we control so much of our kids' lives. And as parents, there are things we absolutely have to control.
Oh, obviously.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't let them go run out in the street.
Right.
We can't let them eat all the candy until they puke.
Yeah.
We need to make sure that they're raised properly with morals and values, and to be polite and to be kind. And children like to be kind. They like to be kind. They like to make people happy. So children often will do things that they don't want to do to make people happy. But that's not fair to the kids. Because if they don't want to do something, unless it's something that as a parent we have to make them do. But if they don't want to do something that makes them feel uncomfortable, physically uncomfortable, then I feel like maybe we shouldn't make them do those things. Maybe we should let them have a certain control over what happens to their bodies.
Well, what you described with your niece and nephew and their child, I remember if that happened with me as a kid, my parents, everybody would have been mortified.
Yeah.
And I would not have heard the end of it for days.
No, they would have taken it that you were being rude and mean, and how dare you.
It would have become the dominant topic. No matter what was going on in the world, that's all anybody would talk about for days, was how horribly I behaved.
Jim would not kiss his 90-year-old grandmother. Can you believe that?
Who smelled like bourbon.
Exactly. Yeah. Jim would not hug his 89-year-old grandfather. Can you believe that? Can you believe how mean that child is?
Or his girl cousin who hasn't brushed her teeth since the Nixon administration.
Yeah, and is fug ugly.
Yeah. Fug ugly.
Yeah, right.
Let's not go there. Because my girl cousins are wonderful people. But
I know.
When you're young.
I'm sorry, Kathy and Candy. I didn't mean that.
Oh, yeah.
Please forgive me.
Susan, the one who passed away, she was the big kisser. And I got to be very close with Susan in later years. She was my favorite cousin of all of them.
Oh,
cool. And we lost her early.
I know.
But, when you're a kid, there's got to be a happy medium.
Yes.
Because, yes, I understand you want kids to be sociable.
Yes.
But you don't want... if you got a kid who's traumatized for some reason, you need to get to the bottom of the issue.
Right. Well, and I'm thinking also about autistic children.
Yes.
Autistic children, especially, that they can't handle a lot of stimuli.
Right.
And so kissing and hugging, they can barely look you in the eyes.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there were a lot of autistic children in our time that, had to go through this, and it was traumatic for them.
Really got messed up because of it.
Yeah, very much
so. What are we going to talk about now in the second half?
So the second half, we're going to talk about, I have an article from Today's Parent that we're using as kind of our cheat sheet for it. And we're going to talk about what we can do to help our children. And you are listening to The Bottom Line on urlradio.net. Hey, stick around. We'll be back in 10.